Welcome to the overnight. For today, Yankees open up the season with a W. Carlos Rodon looked pretty good. Devin Williams struggled in his debut as a Yankee, but I figured that was going to be expected against his former team because they knew what he was going to throw and whatnot, But he got out of the jam, only gave up a run. I'm not worried about that. I think that was a good thing for him, to get his feet wet, But I think it'll get way better after that. I mean, we have an off day today and whatnot, so So I haven't talked about, I haven't been on here for a while because work and whatnot, and so I know in the last week the Giants have signed 2 quarterbacks, and hearing the landscape from everybody and from all these analysts, who still think the Giants will take Shedeur Sanders at 3. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, why would you take him? I mean, for what the money, which is cheap, both quarterbacks. I mean, I fully expect Russell Wilson to start week 1. I mean, it gives the Giants options at 3. I mean, if they want to take a quarterback in the 4th round, like Quinn Ewers or Kyle McCord, that's fine. But you take your best player available at 3. I mean, the only way I see them taking a quarterback at 3 if Cam Ward falls to 3, which I think will not happen. I mean, the Giants have options. Like I said, I just think the Giants. Who would you rather take? And whoever they get at 3 would be fine. Would you take Abdul Carter at 3 and put him on the other side of Brian Burns? Would make a nice little pair. And if they get Carter, that means probably Kayvon is going to be traded. Probably on draft night. Probably for a 2nd rounder at best, or maybe a 3rd for more draft capital. Or do you take Travis Hunter? And if you take Hunter, now him and Malik Neighbors, I think he would be more wide receiver than cornerback. Because I don't think he'll be a 2-way player in the NFL. I don't think, it just won't work for him. The speed of the game, and he's not going to go 120 plays for 17 weeks. That's just not happening. But if you make him wide receiver 2, with him and Malik Neighbors, that would be pretty ideal. You have a nice pair, but what that also means, on the flip side, that you're just made Darius Slayton your wide receiver 4, because the way the depth chart probably will stand if they take Hunter, would be Neighbors, Hunter, Wan'Dale Robinson, then Slayton, and then Hyatt. That means that contract you gave him was a waste. That's if you take Hunter. But I think they will take Hunter. Or do you trade down for a boatload of picks at 3? You could probably get a first rounder or 2 in the future. And I think the Giants can do that. And I think the Giants can have, I mean, in all reality, how many more wins do you think Russell Wilson will give the Giants? How many more wins? I have them predicted at 3 next year, the way their schedule is. And the way what they did with their offense, where they brought everyone back. I mean, yeah, they signed 2 veteran quarterbacks. But in all reality, how many more wins do you think Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston can give this team? 2 more? You're still going to finish in the top 10. But if you have 2 first-round picks, then you can go get your franchise quarterback and a stud offensive lineman that you could put on the other side of Andrew Thomas or an interior lineman. The Giants could do that. But I think they're going to sit at 3, and I think they're just going to take Hunter. Because the Giants can move the ball up and down the field. Now, if you put Travis Hunter with Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson and Theo Johnson, I think Theo Johnson is going to benefit from Russell Wilson. But my concern is the coaching staff. We still do not know who's going to call plays for this team. We still don't. And with the way they brought back everyone, well, now they have a different quarterbacks, and they were near last in offense. So tell me, how much better do you think the Giants will be on offense? I mean, maybe they'll give more scoring opportunities. But I put no faith in this offensive coaching. Mike Kafka is not, you're going to give it back to Mike Kafka when he was 31st? When he called plays? And Brian Dable was no fucking better. I mean, yeah, we had Daniel Jones, but that wasn't, But the way the Giants have been pivoting in this offseason with the way with quarterbacks was just... It was like... But I just don't think they're going to get you get your franchise quarterback... next year. If you want to get a developmental quarterback, if you want to get something like, Kyle McCord, like I said, or Quinn Ewers, and let him sit. But if you take Shedeur Sanders third, this is going to end up what the Jets did in 2018. They signed 2 veteran quarterbacks. They picked up Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold beat both veterans out, and the Jets finished 4-12, and everyone got fired. I still think Brian Dable is going to be fired. Like I've always said, you tell me other than Josh Allen, who has been a successful quarterback in the NFL. In the NFL. And I'm not talking about Alabama with Mac Jones and Tua and Jalen Hurts. In the NFL, you go look up the quarterbacks that he has had. He has coached. And it's... other than Josh Allen. And don't tell me Brett Favre. That was the back end of his career. But that's the point. With the way the locker room was last year, do you honestly think it'd get fixed in the offseason? No. I mean, yes, the Giants have made additions on the defensive side. But it just all comes down to coaching and play calling and player development. And I don't think Brian Daboll has that. But we'll see. I'm just hoping that by 2027, this team will be with a new coach, a potential new GM, new offensive play callers, coordinators and shit like that. They'll be better. They'll be on the rise. But as of right now, I got them right now with maybe 5 wins at best, 6. I mean, what are they going to lose? They're going to lose games 2017, 24, 21. It's what, it is what it is. I'm just neutral on Russell Wilson. He's a veteran quarterback, Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks. So, I've watched Russell Wilson because I live in the Pacific Northwest. So I've watched him. I know what he can do. So other than that, Yankees win their opener. I think they'll be fine with all the injuries. Just bring back Stanton in fucking August so he's ready for the postseason. And I think losing Cole for the year, just remember, we had the best record in the league without him last year. And then when he came back, they were a 500 ball club the rest of the way. I think we got Fareed. My only concern in the rotation is Will Warren. So, as long as Judge doesn't get hurt, we'll still be a 95-win team. So, it was a good day. The Yankees, Austin Wells, first Yankee ever to hit an opening day home run. And first catcher, just amazing, the history of this team. So, I'm going to go to work. It's going to be a long night, but Yankees win. They're off today. I'll watch some baseball later on. We'll see what happens. Oh, and how'd Juan Soto do in the clutch today?